Namaskaram. Welcome to day 81 of the Safe Soil Journey. So, we have completed two mandalas and just last 20 days left for the Safe Soil Journey rally which Sadhguru has undertaken. I hope all of you have been following the events in India. Today, Sadhguru was in Bhopal, and the next big event in India will be in Mumbai on June 12th. I'm eagerly awaiting the event in Bangalore on June 19th. So, just few more days left for this to happen. Last time I had shared with you about a particular yatra which we had started, about the Sambalpur yatra in Odisha, which we had started for the first time. We had launched about the Yogi Re Yatras, and this was part of the same, the first such yatra. So I just thought that I'll share my experience of the same. We just returned yesterday, and this was one of the places which somehow it was not something which I was actively trying to visit. There have been many places which I wanted to visit, for example Kailash or the Himalayas. So there are many such places which were there in my mind that I have to visit, but this is something it's not something which I was actively trying to visit. I just heard about it, and from a few people, and also read about it in the Mystics Musings book about Sadhguru's Karma Yatra. But it was not something which was some longing to just go there or visit. So it just happened that I don't know how things fell in place, that we just organized this particular yatra to just go there. And since I was going there anyway, so I just thought that if anyone else is interested, they could join along. So it was wonderful, and the way things have unfolded in the last few days, I just feel that this yatra has been like a karma yatra for me as well, because it was like the kind of events which have unfolded. It's something which is very difficult for me to comprehend right now, and how things have happened over the last few days, and so many things which have unfolded. It's something which I'm not able to decipher logically, that how did I just land up going there and all these things happening, and in such a short span of time. So it's a little difficult to comprehend. I'm just still trying to soak in what has happened in the last few days. So many things, not many things, like few things which I had a little less clarity about, and which was there, which was something which was hanging from last many years, ever since I started on this journey. So many of those things kind of fell in place during the yatra, and there was a newfound clarity after this particular yatra. So I don't know how I was pulled into this, but it looks like there was a particular, it's just a sequence of events which was supposed to happen. The place itself, this was one of the most powerful places which I've ever visited. I would say that just like how my experience was in Kailash and even Himalayas, which I'm not able to forget even right now. It's after many years, I just still recall how these two places have affected me. So similarly, this is something which has left a deep and indelible impact, which I don't think I'll be able to remove, and which is basically also which may also lead to many changes in my life. And this is something, I don't know what to say about this, but just that space, the way that space has been, I didn't expect it to be like this. I didn't have any such expectations that this is like a powerful place. I just thought there's some significance because Sadhguru has spent time in these places. So that was the only thing which I knew about these places, that in his previous lifetimes these places were connected. And uh, and he undertook a karma yatra where he visited these places in this lifetime. So, and did some processes which was helpful. So this is the only thing which I remembered. But when I just went there, and the people and the space, so we visited a place called as Mukteswar temple, which is about 50 kilometers from Sambalpur district in Odisha. So where there's a this is the place where Sadhguru spent enough time, quite some time, before the consecration, before the Dhyanalinga consecration. And also this space, just nearby to this space, there was also another place which we visited, not really nearby but a few hours from there, called as Raigad, which comes under the current state of Chhattisgarh. So this again has some significance, because it seems that Sadhguru in his previous lifetime, when he was known as Bilwa, this place was where he spent significant amount of time. And also that this there's a particular tree in which there is some story regarding that, how Bilwa was connected to that. So a few places like this we visited. And since anyways we were traveling to Odisha, so we also visited some other significant spaces like the renowned Jagannath Puri temple, the Konark temple. So those things we added because anyway we're going so far. But just the experience of being in Mukteswar temple, spending 2 nights over there, and also eventually it happened to be the time of the year where it happens once a year. There's a certain event which happens once a year where it's something called as Sheetal Shashti, where it's something which is celebrated with a lot of pomp and gaiety, where the wedding of Shiva and Parvati takes place, which happens once a year. And what I heard from people is that this is something which just happens just before the onset of the monsoon. And this is of great significance to them, because it seems this kind of is the harbinger of monsoons. And in some parts of Orissa, especially western Orissa, this is something which has been followed from many ages. They always do this once a year. It's like an annual festival where this wedding takes place. And all the rituals with respect to a wedding, they take place. So we saw how there were family members from the bride and groom, them coming together, doing all the rituals, and taking the procession, and then farewell, everything, a reception. So everything that you see in a wedding, it was something which is amazing to watch. So thousands of people kind of converge just to watch this. And it seems this happens in many temples across Odisha during this time of the year. So we were privileged to be in that space in Mukteswar temple during this time. So that was something which was wonderful to experience, just to see how these things have been preserved from ages. And being there in this particular time was something which was very special, because this is something which I just got to see for the first time in my life, how such a thing happens. And the way the space was, also most importantly, many things which I just heard about, or maybe it was not something which I could really see or experience in many people. Like I've heard about how devotees, for them, whatever they are devoted towards, that becomes their very life. And everything that they do, it's just towards that. So like this, I had heard of many stories of saints and seers and everything. But this was one space where I could see many people living it, just living in this particular way, where devotion seems to, it you could clearly feel that this is not something which is they are just talking about, but this is what has become of their life, that they are completely devoted towards what they are doing, and that they see everyone as one, and they are having this the way they see people. It's something which just comes out of them, seeing everyone as the same, and the kind of service which they can do for someone. So everything, the way it was. And just after talking to these people, it felt like, as if this is something which is definitely possible for anyone to make it happen in their lifetime. This is not something which is impossible, because many times we just write off things thinking that, yeah, it is possible for someone. Maybe it's possible for someone who's like, godlike or whatever else, but it is not possible for normal or ordinary people to just reach a state like this. But just coming here and experiencing that how people can definitely reach a state like this if they're just committed and devoted towards what they're doing. This was something which left a deep impact on me. And spending time there, getting to hear many stories from Kanapanana, who's been there even before this Karma Yatra took place, and seeing many pictures, etc., of what happened during the yatra, his stories, his narration. This was something which I'll definitely cherish for a long time to come. And I just hope the way things have unfolded, hope that I'll be able to visit this place again. And maybe if we happen to visit, we can see if it's possible to organize this once again. But people who joined, I would like to thank all of them. Some of them joined from Bangalore, some from different other states, some of them from Odisha. So it was a privilege being with all of you. And definitely it felt like as if each one of us has a role to play in seeing how we can unburden each one of us. And it looks like everything came together for a purpose. So it was really wonderful. So I'll see if it's possible to put together something, maybe some glimpses video of what happened. I was updating on my status in the last few days, so I'll see if it's possible maybe to even share some glimpses like a video. So that was about the yatra. And still trying to digest what's happened last few days, and I don't know how things will change over the next few days or the next few months after this. So let's see how it goes. So tomorrow is Ekadashi. And this is one Ekadashi which is called as Nirjala Ekadashi, which traditionally people used to go without water on this Ekadashi. So it's called Nirjala, without water Ekadashi. So you need not necessarily try going without water, but just letting you know. So this is one of the powerful Ekadashis which happens. And this is something, at least if you can go without food for 24 hours. So like you had dinner today, and if you can go without food for the next 24 hours, and the next meal which you can have is tomorrow dinner, so 24 hours fast. If you can just do that, ideally if you can fast with just water, that's great. If you cannot do that, at least see if you can survive with fruits. And some of you who feel very, very comfortable, if this is something which you have been attempting from many times, and it's something which is very comfortable for you to go without food, then if you wish, if it comes naturally to you, then maybe you can even try to see if on this particular day you don't even feel like drinking water and you're able to manage whatever activities you're doing, then that's something which you can attempt. But just see that if your body is prepared for it, don't push yourself. if it happens very naturally that you don't feel the need for water, and you don't feel the need for water, and it just happens that you can manage all your activities, then that's great. Otherwise, see if you can just manage to fast without food. So do let us know how it goes. And the next Safe Soil event, the big event in Mumbai on June 12th. So please see how you can invite your friends and family, and make this happen in a big way. Namaskaram.